composer problems and similar things. Who am I? I'm well known as Lloyd in the symphony community. I'm a symphony contributor, OSS contributor, author of many features for KNP bundles, which is a page where you find bundles for everything. I'm working with some people like Alex Prochenko, Alex Debenchenko, Konstantin at KNP Labs worldwide. Let's say something boring. Let's remember what is Composer. It's a tool which allows us to dependency manager, which allows us to manage dependency in project and similar things. It's a total difference from beer, which is dependency globally only. You cannot block dependency in project level, yet you can change dependency between two different projects and the other require something different. It was inspired by things like NPM from Node.js, Bundler from Rabbit language, and internal stuff. It's inspired by OpenSUSE Eclipse subsolver. It's like any other language, Ubuntu application manager and similar stuff. So let's start with normal stuff. Let's say about something about why we should use, because adoption of Composer. We have over 5,000 packages and over 40,000 defined versions of packages, which is main repository of packages worldwide available. There was already over 6 million of installs from packages when it is introduced. It's Packagist and Composer is supported by set frameworks and CMS like Symfony 2 ZEND framework as published, and many others like Laravel and PGP BB, most famous framework for forums. It has a multi-library installer, which supports stuff like installing in your project modules, for example, for Drupal themes, for WordPress themes, and many others that are not in the core itself of Composer. Let's talk about how we can get Composer up and running. First stuff we should do is check that our environment is supporting this tool fully. There is no warning like turn it on APC for client environment. If everything is okay, we should just simply download it. It will do our stuff for us. To check what version we have, just point Composer and mention version option. You can also download it and make it for global use, just call movement and rename it. And next time, just point Composer anywhere in your path to use it. When you do that, it's kind of useful to set up a cron tab to auto-update Composer from time to time. It will allow you to skip this boring process of auto-update and don't create any issues with new fixing bugs and similar stuff. But what should do users with Windows? They can see. They should. Yet they can simply try to download installer created by some of the people inspired by Composer. It's simply doing all your required processes, adjusting your path and similar stuff. Almost same things you will need to do in normal Linux or Mac OS to move Composer globally. Let's say you used the Composer from version, let's say Alpha 1. It was almost half a year ago released. Composer and stuff, we need to change it, many things in it, fix it, many bugs. And problem with that is long time not used. The Composer is really slow, yet can lead to strong issue with new one. So updating of COMPOSER.LOCK is first step in this update. Advantages with new lock format is that this is speed ups Composer usage because many things are stored in new lock format, and that was not available before, and lead to Composer to ask many more requests for packages to get, for example, date of release that package that it was not stored and similar stuff. Yet the new format is much more human readable. There are our data that is in a normal package, normal Composer JSON for that package. Yet we know what tags were used, similar stuff. Even if you see that some package that required and installed something you didn't know, you simply open this log file and look how that, watch tags which it use description and similar things. Yeah, there probably is much more boring stuff that this new log format will introduce, yet I will not talk about it. Yet what if we don't want to update a project? What we can do, what we can see, it's simply allowing us to simply run update process without any change in a log file, any change in our vendor folder and similar thing. It just will notice you what package can be updated, removed, or even replaced with something new. Some additions to commands like update and install. If you prefer to use git clone, kg clone, and even SVN clone or something like that, you simply point Composer to preferred source. It will not download any zip file, any other heaps. It's kind of useful if you don't have set up, for example, the archive extension in PGP, which will not block you to update anything on the project. If you prefer archives, you can simply point GitHub to update with GitHub zips. Bitbucket zips, it's not worldwide. It's kind of problematic with here, but it's also supported in there. To see what commits are in that update, you can simply point to Composer to be more verbose. It will point you what commits are in this update, what stuff was changed. Similar to git log. also combine those all of those options to simply, let's say, dry update. You can with this command you can see all of update, replace, and reinstall stuff without any change. Yet you will see what exactly the git log says, or even AG or SVN about this update. I request that you are bored as I do with again and again telling Composer that you have repositories in your project, like packages on ZEND framework, packages on other library or CMS that are stored there, not on packages. This is possible to fix with change of Composer global file. It's always installed, even if you use Composer on a local level for a project. It's hold the default place like home user Composer for says. And that's not adjust for such small screen. Those are the default path for Composer config JSON, which holds basic information for Composer. To, let's say, point Composer to always call packages at ZEND framework, you simply need to adjust config JSON with adding simply this note about where he should look for those packages. It's yet it will be used in every call and install update in every project you will call at your computer. Let's say you have a private company repository which holds private stuff that you will never show for wider community, like let's say some stuff about invoicing, about something for client, yet it's used in many projects, internal projects. You can simply add this tool to config. And Composer allows you to simply generate such a thing to manage that packages, private packages. It's called Statis. This tool allows you to create config Statis JSON, config JSON, and Composer JSON, which will create for you whole repository with versions with similar stuff to use for Composer. You then simply point this like ZEND framework, just add your with pointing to this Statis file for private stuff. But as you can know, if you put it in overall available domain, it can be accessed by anyone. Yet Composer allows us to block access to this with stuff like SSH. It requires additional Petzl extension, PHP extension, called SysToo, and such options are automatically added to every call for this domain and such stuff. You can also try to block it with SSL certificate, like any other domain. This will block any access if it's not possible to find this certificate. But let's say that you don't use all packages, yet every update is trying to reach this repository, yet sometimes it can be really slowly and can recreate problems. Like you have an internal project where you use only custom repositories you created, and it's using only IP access, not any HTTP. You can simply turn off packages. Simply note for any Composer JSON file, it will block it globally if you put it in config. But you can also block it only on level of simple project. We've mentioned here config. You can simply point to your internal and ZEND framework and turn off packages. This will probably speed up every update, every install by a few times. Yet, not lead to any problems if you don't use a package that is available only on PACKAGIST. If you have problems with some package, you create some bug fix feature, yet you are still waiting for it to be merged, let's say, with Symfony 2, you fix a bug with form component, you are waiting for it to merge, yet if you use it in your projects, you can simply override default packages. It's possible because solver in Composer is built in a way to allow for custom repositories be prioritized over the default one, which is here packages. Yet this is similar stuff like ZEND will be also matched as a custom, not as default one. So if any packages is conflicting with same name at PACKAGIST, it will prioritize the framework, not PACKAGIST itself. To replace with a fixed version of your fork, you can simply point Composer to use VCS access. It will try to download only source, not version, because mainly because it's using stuff like that, which points to your branch on here is GitHub. With this is a problem like you need always point to dev before to point Composer that you are overriding default package he can find on packages. Yet this allows simply manage this stuff like replacing it with dev master, and it will not point to your bug fix its merge. To prevent conflicts in other bundles that use this package, you can simply use aliasing in Composer. This stuff allows you to point Composer that this bug fix, this new feature, should be merged in version, let's say here, 0.7. It will allow you to replace default one used in a bundle, which is pointing to strictly to this version. This allows you to install it without any conflict in packages solver from the Composer. Yet you have a problem with that. Your fork creates feature, for example, feature for Symfony 2 that breaks some interfaces and can be measured, let's say, before 2.3, not 2.2, and you can simply replace default package by pointing in your Composer JSON for that package, pointing that it replaces a concrete version of other package. This will allow you to simply point to your package in composer.json for project, yet it will not break any conflict, any solver conflict with any other package required this version, like value statement for base. Also, you can simply manage your package on packages. This allows you to point a wider community that you are introduced, that you introduced a new feature, and allows you to point users to test it, and maybe it will be merge test to make code. Let's say you have problem with Composer, which is quite popular with outages with GitHub and similar stuff. Let's say that Composer can't find package. Main problem for that is you point to package that is not in official repository, yet you made typo in it. You can simply point Composer show that package name, which will try to load all of repositories that are defined in your Composer.json project, and will try to locate this package. If it all will not be found, you should try to check it's not any typo in it. Yet it's all of repositories are defined. If you are sure that all of repositories are defined, you should check that your Composer JSON defines default stability for dev if you need it, because by default, Composer is always looking for only stable packages that are not quite available in always at work. To do that, you can force stability for one project, mentioning just minimum stability to dev, beta, alpha, or similar stuff that is quite widely supported by Composer. But it's not kind of recommended because this can lead to strange issues like with dev versions of, for example, Symfony 2, which use newest doctrine, yet newest week, which can break something for your project that you don't expect it. Better approach is just to define for a specific package what stability should be used. It can be simply pointed as a branch use or by tag, which also is same one is available like minimum stability option in Composer.json. Additional problems you can meet in Composer that you don't want to call scripts that are defined, for example, in Symfony Standard Edition, that can lead to problems, for example, with assets install. You do this manually by calling installation with, let's say, symlink, but you not define that option in Composer.json, which will lead to delay that symlink and create hard copy, which is the default option for assets install. Yet if Composer is not out of dating, you should first validate your Composer.json because Composer contains by default validator in it. It's really simple and can save some issues like wrong line link and similar others. Yet if GitHub fails to download archives, yet you have problems that you have not installed any archive extractor on your PC project server. You can simply point Composer to download GitHub source, HG source, and similar supported by Composer. If your downloads are quite stable but really slow, you can simply point preferred list. This will speed up many times your installations. This is mostly used by us on Rose's project at Statis C to speed up all of those builds, because yet if you call GitHub clone, GitHub download, it's always using external process to do this. Always be sure that your Composer is up to date, because many new features and bug fixes are introduced day by day. So if you have one issue, you can fix it just with update, because it's a really fast developed project. Yet, if nothing helps you with updating or installation, you can try to remove all the vendor stuff. This can be useful in a very old project when you have very old log files. Yet Composer can't update this log file to new format. To learn more, you should try to look at Get Composer, which is the main site of Composer, where you find documentation and other stuff. Packages, which is the main repository of Composer, where you have stats search for packages and listed every package version for different packages, yet with required by packages. You can also try to look at source of Composer, of Statis and other projects from Composer group. You can also go at Composer.dev Google group to ask questions about using it, about the programs really. Composer also has two rooms at Freenode. It's Composer and Composer.dev. Composer.dev is more for to talk about development stuff, like new features, bug fixing, where Composer is more like a user asking about programs with updates and similar stuff. This will be all I will have to say. Thank you for listening. Do you have any questions?
To cache those downloaded dependencies locally, but it's even much more helpful to cache it somewhere locally, for example, on some local server. If we have a rather big team, so is there a possibility to have such a cache for?
Yes. It's possible. Just like I said, you can turn off packages at all. You can also push point to your Statis project repository, which can simply be like proxy for normal packages. So you can simply clone our stuff that is defined in packages. Yet you will point it to your files on your server, whatever it's locally or not, or this private repository. So yes, it's possible.
But in this case, we need to do some extra steps manually.
It's not too many. It's mostly done by Statis, which can simply point all you need all you need to download. It will create all stuff for you. Just saying it with creating repository packages to use also PACKAGIST as a source for packages in your private repository.
And I also have a second question. You showed us that all versions of Composer are probably done by selecting a small hash from GitHub, correct? When we type Composer minus version, we see such a small hash from GitHub commit.
Yes.
Yes. Do you plan to have some versioning like 1.0 with all because it may be funny, but it's very helpful for
this is kind of problematic with solver itself. Yet it's right to be supported as much as possible, but Composer is yet basing on other project solver, which is just translated to PGP. It's trying to introduce new usable hashes for packages, ranges for packages, but it's not possible to create two totally different range versions for one package in one project.
I think the point is like there is no release yet. Right?
I think the point is there is no yet any stable release of Composer, so you can't really talk about any version. Like they're in a fairly unstable state right now, which means that they need to update it quite often, which is either you're using hashes or you're kind of creating a version every day, which is more download. I think they will switch to more classical versions.
They release alpha versions from time to time, but it's not quite often.
Yeah, it's just the milestones actually,
Yeah.
not the releases, because like you need to update it every day.
Yeah.
It's not like the tool that you can use.
Do you plan create a dev package for Composer in Ubuntu PPA or other this? Now you install in user local and you plan to create dev or RPM?
This is quite not fun. I can say anything about what is planned. It's not developed to me. I can't answer this question right. Yes, anyone?
About global config for all the projects. Yes. It was about global config for all projects. For example, we use ZEND package or Symfony, doesn't matter. And for example, I have 10 projects with Symfony and 10 with ZEND. Maybe I'm able to create 2 global configs for some projects. Yes.
No, you are not able. Composer is allowed to create only one global config. It will be used in every project. Every time you will try to update this or any similar stuff. It also allows to duplicate those configs. Yet you can try to use a private repository which point only to those packages you actually need, like a few packages from Symfony and a few packages from ZEND framework. Pointing it globally to allow you to block only those downloads. Anyone? No? Yet I would like to say that KMP is they are hiring people, looking for new people that could become our ninjas in this Symphony 2 world and PGP development world. If you want to join us, you can simply go at our page kmplabs.com/jobs, or simply try to contact with us, mailing us jobs at kmplabs.com. Thank you.
Thank you.